Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the fastest way to shiny hunt the Reggie Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Tundra. Now, before we get started with the video, if you do find it helpful, please make sure to smash that like button. It would help out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you would like to see more Pokemon Sword and Shield content like this in the future. Now, I'm sure some of you have already seen how to unlock the Reggie doors, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to go over that really quickly before we dive into the shiny hunting method. Although, if you would like to skip to the shiny hunting method or shiny hunting strategy, I'll leave a timestamp in the comment section down below. So let's go over the first 3 Reggies, as these are going to be the pre-requirement to unlock the other Reggies. So the first Reggie that I would like to start with is going to be Reggie Steele, as it is going to be the closest to Freezington. So it's actually going to be right here in the Giant's Bed, like right as you go down the slope of the hill, and as soon as you actually visit this location, it'll save it on your map. So if you ever feel like you just want to take a break from shiny hunting, or maybe you want to come back to it another time, you can always go ahead and fly back to this location, and it just kind of helps a little bit as you're exploring the Crown Tundra in general, because you have more locations that you can just start at. Now, as far as what you'll actually need to unlock this door, it is really simple. You just need to whistle. I know, super straightforward. Now, the next 2 Reggies are not going to be as easy to unlock the door, but they're still going to be pretty easy. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a Cryogonal, and you're going to need an Everstone, and you can just put the Everstone on the Cryogonal and just make it super easy for yourself. The next Reggie that we're going to be going over is going to be Reggie Ice, which is going to be on the snow slide slope up here. You're going to have to make a slight detour to the left. It's a little bit tricky to see, but once you get there, you'll actually have the location saved and you're good to go. So this is where the Cryogonal comes in. You're going to need this to enter the Reggie Ice door. Moving on over to Reggie Rock, you already have the Everstone on your Cryogonal, so once again, just go to the location, which is going to be in the Giant's Bed down here, and you could open the door. Pretty straightforward. The first 3 Reggies are honestly the easiest ones to get to. Regieleki and Regidrago are going to be where it gets a little bit more complicated, but not that complicated. Now, the thing about Regieleki and Regidrago is that you can only get 1 per playthrough, which is going to be a little bit tricky when it comes down to getting Reggie Gigas later. In order to get to those, you have to have already caught all 3 Reggies, and you have to open all of their doors. So for those of you who want to just kind of skip this entire process by going through Pokemon Home, you actually have to catch them. So if you're going to be shiny hunting, you got to do the 3 Reggies first, although maybe you can transfer them through home and just open the doors and then kind of do it that way. That might also work. I have not tested it myself since I'm not really utilizing Pokemon Home, but that is going to be something that you can definitely try, and hopefully it does work. And so basically, once again, you just need to have the 3 Reggies in your party, and it's going to be at 3-point pass. Now, in order to get to 3-point pass, how you're going to get there is that you want to go through the Giant's Foot, make it into the Roaring Sea Caves, come out on the Frigid Sea, and then make your way all the way over right here to 3-point pass. Should be pretty easy, but if it gets a little bit complicated, don't worry. Just take your time. Once you get to this location, it'll be saved, and you can always fast travel back there. Now, for Regieleki and Regidrago, you have to only pick 1, and it depends on the pattern that you're going to be using. So whichever pattern you decide to go with, guys, that is going to be the Reggie that you're stuck with. So be very careful. Regieleki or Regidrago, do you want the electric type or do you want the dragon type? Obviously, in the future, I'd imagine you're going to get both either way, but for the one that you want to shiny hunt, be very careful in picking the pattern at first, or at least save before you do it. That way you can go back and kind of just reset it from there. Now, finally, we can talk about Reggie Gigas. So Reggie Gigas is going to require you to have all 5 Reggies in your party. Yeah, I know. I told you earlier that you could only get Regieleki or Regidrago. So you're going to have a friend trade you over the other one that you don't have. Now, in order to get to Reggie Gigas, on top of having all 5 Reggies in your party, you want to go ahead and travel over to the Watt Trader, and then just make your way south a little bit, and you're going to find these 4 rocks that are kind of in between a raid den. If you notice something very interesting about this raid den is that you can't actually drop a wishing piece. This is kind of the indication that this is the right den that you're at. Now, Reggie Gigas is a little bit different than the other Reggies in terms of shiny hunting. This one is going to be taking a little bit longer, and I don't really plan to cover this one too detailed in this video, as it pretty much just functions as a raid battle, and after the raid battle is done, if it isn't shiny, you just kind of soft reset from there, and you go through the process all over again. So Reggie Gigas is a little bit of an exception to this video. That being said though, Reggie Steele, Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice, Regieleki, and Regidrago are all going to be using the strategy that I'm going to be going over right now in terms of shiny hunting. So let's dive into that. Now, personally, I've seen a few different shiny hunting methods to get the Reggies. You can soft reset it, you can battle it, and then just keep on battling it. You can battle and then soft reset. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I'm just going to be going over what I personally feel is the best and fastest way to shiny hunt all 5 of the Reggies, not including Reggie Gigas, because that one's kind of an exception. Now, whichever Reggie you decide to hunt, what you need to do first is you need to fill up your entire party, and preferably with level 100 Pokemon. If you don't have level 100, as high as you can get them, fill your entire party with good Pokemon that can take out that Reggie as fast as possible. And I'm talking like one hit if you can. So Reggie Steele is going to be weak to fighting types, fire types, and ground types. That's going to be really important because you don't always have to just go with fire types only. You can go with some fighting types, some fire types, some ground types to get a mix of them. Whatever you gotta do, guys. And so you can fill up your entire Pokemon party with those super effective Pokemon against Reggie Steele. And once again, you want to make sure that every single one of that Pokemon's moves is going to be super effective against Reggie Steele and has the potential to one-hit it. Very, very important because again, you want to be getting through these encounters as fast as possible. And I believe if you keep using the same move over and over again, it will become a little bit less effective, so do keep that in mind to try and mix it up every now and then. And so essentially the strategy here is a very simple one. You just want to go through the battle encounter, knock it out, and then just reset it. Reggie Steele doesn't actually go away after you knock it out, it just goes back to the statue. It only goes away after you've caught it, so again, do not catch anything until it's shiny. And by the way, these Reggies are extremely difficult to catch. They have a super low catch rate, so make sure that you have a ton of Pokeballs ready because this could honestly take you over 200. I have seen people go very, very long streaks without getting their Reggie. And once you got that shiny, you absolutely do not want to KO it. So, you know, to be honest, if you can get some Master Balls ready, by all means, this would be the time. If you one-shot that shiny Reggie, that's going to be heartbreaking, so make sure you have a game plan once you actually do get to that shiny as well. And so on top of this method being incredibly fast compared to the soft resetting method, there is another massive benefit to doing this. And this is actually going to be in regards to the shiny odds and how they work with the battle encounters in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I've personally gone over the shiny hunting odds on the channel before, but I'm just going to go ahead and put up a graph on screen right now which goes over the odds of getting a shiny Pokemon with a shiny charm when it comes to battles and without a shiny charm when it comes to battles. So as you can see on screen, less than 1 is going to be 1 out of 4,096 without a shiny charm, 1 out of 1,365 with a shiny charm. And so as you can see, as you continue to battle the Pokemon, your shiny odds increase, meaning that the more encounters you go through, like once you get to 200, your shiny odds are going to be really, really good with the shiny charm. And again, big incentive if you have not done so already to get the shiny charm, guys. It's going to save you so much time. Now, once again, these shiny odds are not going to guarantee that you're going to get the shiny within this amount of time frame. It just means that you have a 1 out of 512 chance to get the shiny if you're already at 500 plus encounters. If you're at like 1 to 49 encounters with the shiny charm, you have a 1 out of 1,024 rate. Without the shiny charm, it's 1 out of 2,048, so big difference there. But again, huge incentive to get the shiny charm in and complete that Galar Pokedex. And so that is the biggest advantage to shiny hunting the Reggies through battling opposed to soft resetting. On top of the fact that it's even faster to just go through the process than soft resetting, this is what you really want to focus on because you don't want to spend, you know, the entire time going full odds, or maybe you do, I'm not really sure what you like to do, but most people I know would like to get the best shiny odds if they can. And so this is going to be the way that you utilize that. And once again, guys, in order to get to Regieleki or Regidrago, you have to already have all 3 of the original Reggies in your party. So Reggie Steele, Reggie Rock, and Reggie Ice. If you're going to be shiny hunting, you gotta do that first. Now, one very important thing that I did actually forget to mention is that you need to turn off battle animations if you really want to be doing this the fastest way possible. Battle animations actually take a decent amount of time, so make sure you go into settings and turn these off. Now let's go back over to the method that I was really focusing on for this video in regards to battling and just kind of going through that process. So once you run out of PP on all of your Pokemon, right, let's just say all of their moves are exhausted, just go back to the Pokemon Center, refresh everything, go back to the Reggie Cave, and start all over again. And do not soft reset. I've heard this go around sometimes, and people are saying to use up all of the PP on your Pokemon and then soft reset. Don't do that because you're going to reset the number of battles that you have. And once again, guys, looking back at the chart here, once you have 500 plus encounters, you're going to have the best odds of getting that Reggie shiny. So don't soft reset because you're going to reset the number of encounters you've gone through as well, just meaning that you just wasted a ton of time. And so after you've exhausted all of your Pokemon, they've used up all of their PP, go back to the Pokemon Center, heal up, and then go back to the Reggie Cave. And so I believe that is everything that I needed to cover in this video in regards to shiny hunting the Reggies. Once again, you have to go through the 3 Reggies first before you can get to Regieleki or Regidrago. Then you can only pick one, so for Reggie Gigas, you gotta get somebody to trade you one of the other Reggies that you just didn't get. And then after that, and only after that, can you battle for Reggie Gigas, and then try and shiny hunt that, although that kind of goes off the strategy that I was going over in this video. This strategy is mainly for the other 5 Regis, not Reggie Gigas. Reggie Gigas is just kind of like a static encounter, so you just have to go through the Dynamax portion of it, and well, that's going to be a much longer process than shiny hunting these. So if you don't want to shiny hunt Reggie Gigas, I don't blame you at all. And with that being said, that is going to be where we end off for this video, so if you did enjoy it, you did find it helpful, please make sure to hit that like button down below. It would really help out with the YouTube algorithm, and if you do want to see more of these Pokemon Sword and Shield guides in the future, which they will definitely be coming out soon, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification, and I will see you all real soon in the next one.